places out because I saw somebody do it in a 7-Eleven, but they were putting in.
Work?
Yeah, to see if it worked for rewards. I got to do it for a few places to see somebody rack up rewards on that shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you put in.
Did you get your thing back, Reed?
What are you talking about?
What's that?
That bank said they resolved them issues. Did you get your shit back?
Oh yeah, Capital One, bitch ass niggas. This morning.
Capital One, bitch ass niggas. Oh man, that was such a weird.
Speaking of
weird moment.
banks,
It's like, why would y'all do that?
Happened to that black bank that killed like for advertising?
It's still around. Greenwood, it's still around.
Greenwood's still around. So is
one.
What you call Trust, and the one that Armstead at.
I was wondering what that.
That's a lot of information, bro.
They were pushing it heavy during COVID. Did it disappear?
Man. There's a black bank there's a black bank that got Trust in the name. Yeah, y'all should bank with them.
They did.
Black Trust?
Nah,
Citizens Trust.
Are they messing with SoFi?
Nah, Citizens Trust is a bank that they out everywhere. The same way how getmemecoins.com became a thing. You can bank.
I'm in 2025. I refuse to.
No, Citizens Trust is a bank. They're just
I bank with Citizens Trust.
They're a credit union.
I thought it was a credit union.
No, they're a bank. That's why it's called Citizens Trust Bank.
I bank with Citizens Trust.
See, this nigga said it. I think
they're a credit union.
No, they're black. They're one of the few black ones that are in the city, bro.
I know. I'm just calling them a credit union because it's funny.
I mean, don't call them a credit union. They got like 4.5K followers in Atlanta. I'm gonna follow them now.
That's not a lot.
I mean, nigga, this is LinkedIn, so that is a lot.
Oh, LinkedIn. Okay.
Yeah, this is a black bank online. And they use a biracial. They use Drake's son in this fucking photo.
Drake said he didn't take his son out of school. It was so funny. Like he was talking
he said he had to take his son out of school because if he didn't,
it's so hilarious.
Because he's not like him.
I listened to these two Jewish guys argue about the thing. They're like, actually, this is a very smart move for him to make the lawsuit now, and the reason is because we have the bodyguard that was attempted to be killed, and that happened the day the song released. And then his house got shot at a day after the song released. And then there were threats against his child, which again, that's unsubstantiated because it's a rich school and they're never going to let you know if they really do have threats unless it gets criminal. So he's got the position now to show that his life for the last 2 decades, he's been able to do whatever he wanted with no actual problems. But after the song releases, he can show that his life has become, as they use in their words, demonstrably worse. So that's the basis for being able to sue his label. Now the thing about it is, you just put a bunch of black influencers that now have to show up in court. So these niggas is not gonna be your friend anymore. Because nigga, you gonna make me show up in court? For what? What did I do? I didn't put your name in no song. All I did was play the shit and dance around.
Even though he had action that stay online while he put out Family Matters.
I mean, you saw him out there with Hell's Angels and white supremacist people. So I mean, his loyalties are very Jewish. That's why he tells people.
That's always been.
Some people don't realize
it every chance you get, and then when the argument shifts to a different episode, he's Jewish. Flip-flop on this political level.
Look, man, as a Jewish man, I can't have you over there saying these things. Look, man, as a Jewish man, I can't have you saying these things, all right? He's allowed to be black and a Jew, all right? He just never wants to claim the black part.
He ain't crippin', so he can't be blue.
He ain't crippin', but he is a Jew.
You said he black and a Jew. That's blue, but he ain't crip. So I don't know about you. Somebody not like that.
I mean, I feel like you set that up, and that was actually the nicest thing that you said about this man in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck him.
You can shame yourself. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, there we go. That's the shame everybody knows and loves. For a second, I was thinking you getting sick, man. For a second, I was like, do we gotta send this nigga a scat pack? Oh no, sorry, not scat pack. Need to send this nigga a Panera pack? This nigga needs some soup.
Hey, speaking of which,
I
man,
just
fuck Panera Bread, man. They got good food, but their reward system is ass, you know.
Oh, their reward system rewards only new people, man. Fuck you.
No.
Fuck you.
I was that's what I'm saying. I've ordered $10,000 corporate catering multiple times, and them awards only stay for like 30 days. That ain't be shit.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Exactly. That's what I
like
said, man. Fuck you. You
spent
don't
like two
understand
thousand
what,
on the
what
corporate
Panera Bread is
card.
saying, bro. We
Motherfuckers
don't care.
like, we'll
We
give
don't
you
care if you spend $30,000. All right. We don't care. We don't like you at
motherfuckers
all.
said we'll give you 50% off of bread after you buy a whole loaf or some shit like that. Ain't no
Exactly.
fucking
That's
shit.
Panera Bread. Panera Bread don't fuck with you. Panera Bread are some of the greatest haters in the world. They hate they hate their customers and they let them know it at every opportunity. We don't actually
well,
like you. We don't like
I
you
wouldn't do that
at
if they were
all.
in China, because China's great.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that if they were in China because China would make them people disappear. Oh, you're gonna be playing around people's rewards? Your credit score is now 0. You can't buy a ticket and you can't leave the country.
Credit score.
So,
You got people score.
well, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. That's their credit score is a people score,
human
or their
capital
people
score.
score is a credit score. But all this to say, let me get to the last like 4 questions, then we're gonna get the fuck out this bitch because we've already had the emergency podcast. Y'all niggas know that Trump, is trumping, and these people gonna be
The
mad
great
about it.
Trump.
Trump the Great. So have y'all seen the Trump Vance official photos for the White House? Yes or no?
No.
Oh man, let me show this to you.
I just want to preface that I will not be responding to the opinions related
No.
to
You
this.
need. I need
What's
you.
wrong with that
You
Trump
were the
slander in
person
here?
I wanted.
I
You're the
have
person I
What?
nothing.
wanted the
I have
most.
nothing to say for. So just for you to go ahead and give the listeners and those that don't know, I have a really big peeve about being finessed. I don't like getting finessed. I do everything in my power not to be finessed. And I feel like because I'm a part of this dumbass country, I have to go ahead and take ownership. Not ownership. I'm sorry. Be a victim of this finessing that for fucking 4 years. So I'm kind of just. I can't say.
Look,
Never
man,
be
you're
a
not
victim.
getting finesse.
I genuinely do not like being finessed. If you do finesse me, if I can't write the fade, then I just feel
I
worthless
mean,
as
you
a
can
human.
run them to fade by going to prison. Nigga, I just don't think it's worth it.
Exactly. I can't do it right now. I mean, unless I got the Luigi accuracy
The
guarantee
Luigi
where
Mangioni's.
yeah, if I can succeed and then go to jail, then maybe I'll accept
Look
that.
at the chat, Armstead. There's their official photos. Trump looked
Let's
like he
see.
got dementia, and that's the part nobody want to say out loud.
Because you don't
I've been
have
saying
to.
this for a long
You know
time,
what
and
says
everybody's
it out
like, "Well,
loud?
no,
The
no,
dementia.
Biden."
The dementia says it.
No, bro. He's trying to look like what's that? Is it
Jones.
Mussolini or something like that? One of
He's
them
trying to look.
weird
He's trying to be
dictators. That
intimidating.
picture's fucking cool
He's
for a
trying to be
president.
intimidating.
I mean,
It looks
that's
like
what
a
all
fucking.
that's what all the white supremacists said. They said it looked cool, but the thing that people don't realize is look at Vance over there. That's called that. I know I'm about to be president in like 6 months. Look, that nigga's like
I
I'm
mean, his
biding my
picture look
time.
like a president. It's the arms crossed on really like.
That picture
Damn,
looked
I didn't know
like
he was a white-eyed, blue-eyed man.
that he
Yeah, he's a
it looked
wide-eyed, blue-eyed man who has an Indian woman and was making fun of an Indian woman, talking about her curry stinks. But baby, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about that Indian woman,
Man,
not you.
imagine how this
I
nigga gonna
love
look
your
in
Indian
4 years. This nigga gonna look 100.
150.
Damn.
That's if he makes it to that time.
Nah,
Because
Trump,
just
Trump
looked
got
like
Trump gonna live.
remember what Simpson said. Simpson said this nigga dies in office,
Mortal Kombat on Sega CD.
and that's
Yeah,
also what some of these Christian praying groups have been saying. They're saying Trump gonna die
Yo,
2026.
speaking. Oh, so all right.
I
No, well,
doubt
not
it.
of this, but remember that book on private we were talking about the red white evangelical. Even
He
though
was
the
reading
Oh, I was
that
gonna
book.
go into this next, but let's
even
let him finish his thing.
well no
No,
even
go
though
ahead.
the author said the thing she said about the what is it 93 on when she went on her tangent, that's where she lost me. But in regard to the book, she stays on topic. She focuses on them completely. And I didn't know that the white evangelicals was calling Trump Cyrus. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah, they are. They
yeah,
think that he's Cyrus. They think that and people forget Cyrus was
McLean?
not. No, Cyrus not Cyrus
from the Bible.
McQueen. No, not Cyrus
That's some
McQueen, the guy who
cars.
we had on this podcast, who has not been on here with his
You want that
conversation
white
because
black dude?
he loved yeah, exactly. That was Cyrus McQueen. That's why I said Cyrus McQueen. No, we're talking about the Emperor Cyrus, who came in and basically did a whole bunch of things that helped early Christians. People be like, he's gonna be Cyrus. It's like Cyrus ran an army. This nigga's not Cyrus.
He does run the army.
I mean, technically, commander in
No, he
chief.
doesn't. No, he only branch that directly responds to him is the Marines.
So he has an army?
That's not
No.
army. The army's the army.
That's not his army.
No, I said an army. Come on, nigga. Keep it up.
Look, I'm not trying to. Hey, look, why y'all got me talking about this, man? I told you, look, that is
Nah, man. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man. Talk your shit, nigga.
You
Talk
don't
your
know
shit.
our great TikTok saver of the world, Trump, operate. He run the whole army. Okay, all of it. They gonna just fall under his
Army.
rule. Okay.
Hey,
No,
hold
they
on,
not.
hold on.
No, they
Y'all
not.
didn't hear.
I think you don't understand, bro. This is not what's that country? This is not North Korea. All right, this is not
Let
North
me go
Korea.
ahead. North Korea, hey, look, man, they making efforts to increase tourism. I just saw the video that they opened up a beach resort and they hoping that it would increase and encourage people to come visit. They
Nigga, that's
doing
a
they best.
sweatshop. Once they got you there, you ain't coming back.
That's
Let's
a
all
part of the
go.
cheese, man.
Hey,
That's
No,
a part of the
hey, Kim
I
cheese.
want
Jong,
some of
invite
our.
us all. We're gonna be the first black people in North Korea
No, what I'm
besides
saying
Dennis
is,
Rodman, and we'll all go.
Dennis Rodman.
17
Hey, man,
hardest white listeners.
as
I
long
want
as
the
we play
17
basketball, I think we
hardest
cool,
white
man.
listeners. Every one of you, y'all go sign up for that North Korea resort and you tell us about it. Our 17
Nah, Kim
whitest
Jong, we coming.
listeners.
Invite the
No, we not.
podcast.
No,
We coming.
don't invite none
American
of us except for
diplomats.
Reed. Nope, we're not
Nigga, we gonna
going.
be in that cool.
No, we
I'm
not.
gonna be playing some
I've seen this movie before, nigga.
nigga, you know what kind of
Get out.
album sales I could get over there and tell them I'm Drake?
Nigga, you don't like Drake. Why you gonna lie to
I
the
could be the
nigga?
Drake of North
They
Korea.
don't know. They ain't got
I
the
don't
internet
know
over there. They don't
anything,
Nigga
know.
said,
anything. Love is what it is.
hold on. No,
They
but
said,
This
remember
that
the
makes a
North
point.
Koreans that went to go help the Russian troops got addicted to porn within the first day?
yes, that shit
It
was
don't take
hilarious.
that long.
Like, what you
Yeah,
say, Teddy? Feel like,
they
yeah, bro.
never had exposure to the internet. They got on the internet porn and it just got dry. They went all dehydrated.
Oh.
We're gonna circle back to this at the end because we got something like that on the docket.
Oh.
But yeah. Also, if you are black and man or you're black and woman, Trump got a crazy new law for y'all. So Trump is supporting a brand new child support law. If you put someone on child support, you will no longer be able to claim them on your taxes. Only the person who's paying child support can. How do y'all feel about that law?
Great.
You said Drake or grape?
But yo,
He said great. He said great.
they both should get it. But I don't know why they don't. They
Yeah,
should
we should
split it
both.
You know
We
between
should
why.
both
both get
parents.
it.
Yeah, they should be both eligible. That's the only thing that makes sense. And then this one girl was like, he only paid $200 a month. That's what the court dictated him to pay. That's what you went to the court
Correct.
for and said everything was cool. That's good. Well, that's what he could pay.
I mean, look, the court said $200. Figure out whether you want the $200 or
Man, you
that
couldn't abort it.
$4,200.
You couldn't abort it. That's your
Do
choice.
you want the
But as a black
$200?
queen or a woman, I mean, as a woman queen, not black, take that black off. We ain't gonna take it off. As a
But
And
queen,
you
then
can't abort it now. What do you mean? You can't.
yes, I can.
yes, you can.
I know a girl who had 4 abortions in the last 4 years.
Exactly.
Yes, you can, bro. What
Nigga,
are
And
you
you
I'm
can
not
talking
still
making that
about?
up
abort
either.
babies.
She told me this last about 3 weeks ago.
It's like I've had an abortion every single year. It's like, man, that's not an accomplishment.
No, they've had more abortions after the law than they had before.
Yeah, because now women
Remember,
are like
it's a
very
surprise
serious
story,
about
man.
Remember when they banned
about
guns?
yeah. Remember that? Remember when they banned automatic weapons and people stopped? Oh wait, that didn't stop anyone from buying illegal weapons
Hey,
because
speaking of
bans
which,
don't
man,
actually
where
do the
can
thing.
I buy a reasonably priced M4?
Oh no, nigga, you want to be in the north? Fuck that.
Reasonably
We ain't
priced.
telling you shit.
Nigga, if you trying to, it's always going to be cheaper than having a baby. I don't know what you mean by reasonably. Like, what's reasonable? What's reasonable?
First, first off, in the North, we're actually allowed to be. They're allowed to carry up here in Jersey, but I'm not planning for Jersey. I'm not worried about Jersey.
Yeah, but you gotta go through all some weird shit for to get a handgun.
No, I don't. I'm a veteran, dude.
Oh, you okay? I'm talking about normal people.
I don't
Oh,
care about
you're
you
an
normal folks.
honorably
With
discharged veteran. You piece of shit, nigga.
yeah, but also it's funny and comical how easy I can get my gun, even though I've been diagnosed with PTSD. So it's funny.
Yeah,
Man,
but
I've been
you're
trying to
And
get
diagnosed.
that shit, bro. But I'm
that
just too
means you
good at
just
answering
can't.
the
You don't like
questions.
flashing lights and loud noises, nigga.
Hey,
You don't shoot at
man, finish what he's saying, man. Don't interrupt the veteran. Go
I'm
ahead,
just
Sham.
saying, man, it's hilarious. What do you say, Sham? You
I've been
disabled
trying to
too?
get that shit, but I'm bad at answering the questions. Like, would you like help with something? Nigga, no, get the fuck away from me. Damn.
Yeah, it's hard to pass that shit. Like, I mean, mine's is actually genuine. I could even fake it. This is just actual crazy. But all that like 100% shit, I can't get that. My homie sent me the breakdown of what they consider that to be, and you got to basically go in there and make yourself feel like an ass.
Nigga, I got hyper insomnia. Sometimes I don't sleep for up to 5 days. I don't
They
talk
just
about shit.
increased the apnea. If you got that, I mean, they put that to like 6.
Yeah, you should go claim that apnea, bro, because that's some money.
That's not. We're not talking about the same thing.
Oh, dang.
No, he said
Are
insomnia.
you
Insomnia
insane?
you actually
It's not
should
that
be
he's
able to
insane, nigga.
qualify.
His body hates him. I keep telling you about this
Nigga,
nigga.
are you insane?
That's
5
why do
days of
people
trying to go to sleep and you can't?
Nigga, I keep telling you, I'm trying to change this nigga and
Nigga,
have
get
him
back on
stay
the
in
drugs.
leave the weed alone.
Nigga said, get back on the weed.
Get
5
off the
days?
weed.
I encourage you to do. Nigga, you need to get some crack.
Nigga,
You will sleep like a
I've
baby.
gotten the 6 before. But that's how I lost my 2. I've only been in like 2 car accidents, and both of them were falling asleep at the wheel.
Damn, dog. That's a side effect of anxiety. Now you should be able to claim that. I think you're claiming the wrong thing.
I talking to them niggas, they be trying to ask me questions and shit, and then I get my fucking
Did
nerve.
you get seen by anybody before you got out? That's where they get you. Well, why didn't you claim it before you got out?
I was at work.
Yeah, that's why. You gotta hire a lawyer. That's the only way
Nigga,
to
that
get you
costs
shit.
money. You
Yeah,
want me
but
to ask some of my Jewish connections?
most of the lawyers are doing that now. You do it, and then if you get your increase or whatever,
Use one.
yeah, that's yeah. It's funny. I ain't gonna lie. The most annoying thing as a veteran to talk to another veteran that's out is the first thing they say, "Hey, what'd you get on your disability?" Like I be wanting to swing. I'm like, dude, I'm not here to talk about my disability. That shit's already traumatizing as it is. Y'all see how
Exactly.
I
I never
didn't?
asked.
Y'all see how I didn't jump down Sham's throat when he's like, "You got what you get? What you need to do is that's what all the fucking I'm talking about, old and young." It's like, yo, shut the fuck up. I don't need this to survive. It's actually helping me, but I don't need to survive like y'all broke
But
niggas.
most people went to the military not, an actual plan to get out and be successful.
No, they don't.
I know, bro. I'm telling you.
They don't.
So that's their backup plan is disability, and that's how they live.
I'll be in here
26
tomorrow.
years.
I don't tell
Not
people
earlier than
I
that.
was in the military. Don't
Yeah,
nobody even know.
yeah, but nigga, 5 days, nigga. I was worried about you. All right, next question.
Now you see why I be so worried about this nigga. People like, nah, Riker,
Nah, I
you two
check
it
on
up.
them
It's like, nah, nigga,
once or
that's
twice a month, or every 2 months. I hit them up. You know what I'm saying?
nigga, that is
But it's
not
so
enough. The
weird.
nigga
No,
still be dead at
hey,
that
Nigga, that's
time.
more than enough.
you need to get them disabled veteran plate. So that should help me out of a few tickets. They see that DV plate and say, "Oh, so did you serve? Yeah. Did you go and get deployed? Yep." And then you
Hey,
say the big I or the big A, they leave you alone.
the nigga was singing a song earlier today on his Snapchat. I was like, maybe I call this nigga later see if he good, because I was like, bro, number one, why do you know the lyrics to this song? Number
I
two,
work at a
uh,
karaoke bar, nigga.
Country Road.
You,
I know the first part, but I'm like, Brady, I think I had stopped, halfway through. I'm like, you know more than I know.
yeah, that's because
The
nigga, you didn't
California
care
girl
about it.
by
Don't you
Katy
remember
Perry.
when we all were singing that song, nigga? I knew the whole goddamn song. I knew
Well,
the
that's because
song
you're
and
not
I knew
interesting.
the first three. Man, fuck you. You're fucking Black Libertarian too. Fuck
Do you
you
know
and fuck
German
him.
Schlotz music? Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Fuck
Yeah.
all
Tell me
you.
about German Schlotz music.
Man,
Sausage
fuck
Bro,
all
don't
fest.
get
that shit.
mad at me because you a band, bro. Like this shit, wow, bro. I
Oh,
wasn't
Well,
even
you
hey,
mad.
just
but do you
text
know
me
German
something and then
Schlotz
come back.
music, huh? Do you, sir? Do
Bro,
you?
come on,
Exactly. You
man.
don't know anything
Man,
about
chill out,
German
man.
Schlotz music. You're
Man,
not in
chill
a
out,
band. You're a
man.
band.
Man, chill out, man.
First and
Ass
foremost,
nigga.
every time you
That
say
that's
band,
Dan.
all I hear is
It's that
black
basic ass
anime
nigga.
nerds. And it's just like, yeah, that's what he's trying to make it into. It's like, no, nigga, it's black anime nerds. You can't change something that was already a thing.
Bro, I don't
What you
give a
They
fuck
mean?
got
about
band,
black anime
they got
nerds,
band
nigga.
shirt,
That
they
sound
got
like
band
Hey,
lame
shirts and
ass
hey,
shit,
everything.
yo,
nigga.
this nigga watch Bleach, bro. So don't listen to him.
Bro, what are you talking about? Bro, what are you talking about,
Which
bro?
Bleach
You a
is he
Nigga, we
band,
watching?
nigga.
know. Nigga, we know.
Is he
He watched
watching
Bleach,
like
bro.
Bleach, or is he watching like that thing that people try to call an anime?
Nah, he think Bleach is good, bro.
He think that thing that they try to call an anime is good? Nigga, are you
No.
okay? Do you hate yourself?
Bleach
Are you
was how
suicidal?
Bleach was how Trump said we could cure COVID. So I don't even understand what y'all hating on. I mean, yeah, a couple people died, and Clorox had to release some statements about not using their product in certain ways. But I mean, the
Well,
shit's good. The fumes,
Look,
if you sniff
he was
long
just
enough, you
talking
get a
out
little
loud,
woozy.
bro. I get
I
it.
don't really care basic ass niggas fucking opinion of what the fuck I'm interested in. I
Hey,
don't
tell
give
us
a
about
fuck
deep
about that.
space travel.
Why don't you tell me about sociological experiments?
Tell us about deep space travel, sir.
You
You the
mean
one
like
said you could.
systematic racism?
Nigga,
He
that's
don't
not an
believe in systematic
experiment.
racism. Remember, he's a libertarian. They don't believe that those things happen.
Oh, damn it! I keep forgetting that
Libertarians
y'all
think
crazy.
through property liberation we can solve all problems.
We can solve all problems through liberation.
Exactly. Through property
Libertine?
liberation, this nigga thinks we can
Yeah.
solve
Not
all
through
problems.
property, just liberation in general.
Why haven't you gone to Cuba then, man? You would fucking go crazy over there. Succeed.
My
Why
grandfather
the
was
fuck
Cuban.
do I want to go to Cuba? Like, what kind of
Have you
question
been?
is
He
that?
Have
doesn't
you
know
been?
anything
Have
about
you
Cuba.
been?
He's
I have
not
no
Are you
answering.
desire to
judging?
go
Are
to
you
Cuba,
judging
bro.
before being there?
Nah, he doesn't know
I'm
anything
not
He's
about
saying I
it.
have
judging
no
before
desire
being
to
there.
go to
He doesn't know
Cuba.
anything about it.
That's such a
I
bad.
don't know
That's such
anything
a
about
bad
Cuba. I
activity.
don't care. I'm not
I
interested in Cuba.
I mean, you're a libertarian. Those are your people.
I'm not
Yeah.
interested in Cuba.
Is it
Is it
because they
because the
look like
name too
black
short?
people?
I'm
He
not
doesn't
They
know
look like
interested in
anything.
Africans?
Cuba.
He doesn't know anything about Cuba.
I'm just not interested
Uh,
in Cuba, bro.
how about
They
It's
got
too
some good
close
Colombia?
to
ass
the
sandwiches.
equator for me. I'm good.
Nicaragua, South America. One of
It's
them
too
motherfuckers,
close to
man.
the equator, bro. I'm good, bro.
Oh no, then
Okay.
perfect.
Oh,
Let's
do you want to go to Greenland then? Because it sounds like you want to go to
yeah.
Greenland.
I mean,
Who
it
the
might be
fuck do y'all
America
give a shit
shortly
about
though.
where I want to go? It's none of your
We
goddamn
care
business,
about
bro.
you,
Stop
You
man.
know you
asking
don't
me
want to go to
personal
deep space.
questions.
Look, I
Exactly.
want
if
you.
we're
I
not
want
going to
you to
deep
be
space, nigga,
Be
let's
with
go to
the Zingers,
Greenland.
bro.
I want
It's
you to
all
be
right,
with your
bro. Go to
people,
Dave and
man.
Buster's, bro. I know that's as far as your intellect wants to take you.
You ain't never been, so
And
you
now
don't
you're
know.
trying to judge people on Dave and
You should
Buster's.
know
You're
Nick.
judging
Why
my
you gotta be
you've
like
been
this?
judging me for the past 5 minutes, nigga. So go to Dave and Buster's. Go have
Go
fun. Go
deep
ski
space,
shoot.
nigga. Go deep
This
space now, nigga.
conversation is how it goes when I try to get my what do you call it? Little interviews about anxiety. Like, what do you need? Man, fuck you, bro. Ask me all these dumbass questions. What the fuck you need? Why you got this job, huh?
You know what,
Listen to
bro?
people
If you get
bitching.
enough
Are you
tickets,
really
you'll
that
get a big enough teddy
antagonistic
bear,
to
bro. I
them?
believe in you.
Them niggas
Yeah.
trying
Yeah,
to
he
give you
is.
a
I'm an
stick.
adult. I'm a 40-year-old adult. I'm gonna get some tickets and go get me an action figure. Go have fun. Yeah. And I'm gonna get a steak with it. A steak with a
Nigga,
fucking action figure.
I want a PlayStation
Hey
4 doing
man,
that,
look,
nigga.
I'm
But I'll
look.
actually
keep it.
buying.
You know, Dave and Buster got some very mid and good decent steak, man. Come on, you want
There we
to take those?
go. There we go. This nigga know about those steaks. This nigga don't know nothing about those steaks.
He ain't been since 2020, bro. He ain't been since 2020. He don't know
He
that they
said
ain't
he ain't
fucking
been in
state
8
games.
years. So that was like 2018.
Hey, anybody that said Ruth Chris is that spot is that's also that's a
Yeah, he
sign that
doesn't
you're
understand about a good
I'm not
quality
going to
steak.
Roof Chris either. I'm not going to Roof Chris either because that's more band
Have you been to
behavior, bro.
Have you
That's
been to
more
Papa's
band
Bros? Do you
behavior,
know what
bro.
Papa? Do you know what Papa's
He's
Bros
never
is?
been anywhere, bro. The nigga
I
ain't
do know what
interested.
Papa Do's is,
The
and I went to
nigga, the
Papa
nigga,
Do's
No,
several
no,
times.
no, no,
Again,
no,
more
no,
band ass nigga
no. Hey,
behavior.
I thought you said
take
Papa
to
the
the hold on,
hose.
hold
I was
on,
like,
hold on.
yeah.
I didn't say Papa Do's basic nigga. I said Papa's Bros.
I
You
don't
don't
know
know
No,
what
what
he
that
you're
ain't
is?
been
saying,
to
bro,
Papa's
because of the
Bros.
quality of your
Exactly,
phone
because
is
you don't know
band.
anything about it.
You don't know about Papa's Bros. You don't have no money. Ugh.
Okay, bro. I believe you, bro. Band behavior. Keep doing band shit, bro.
Again, he's like that one
Badass
kid. He's
nigga.
like,
I am a
if I
bad.
yeah,
just say
real
Hey,
niggas is
it
broke.
must be
look
true.
here, man.
I don't know why I am, bro.
We're just tell you that right now.
Yeah.
You're
Damn.
you're one of the
Damn.
oldest niggas on here. You can't say you a YN.
He is the oldest nigga. No, he's the
Wow,
oldest
you
nigga on here.
said that he's one of
I
the
think I
oldest niggas
am.
on here. Like you ain't just as old, nigga.
No,
Nah,
I'm
I
he
not.
think
I'm
I
not.
am.
younger. I'm
Yeah,
younger than
he's
you,
only like
nigga.
How
36,
old are you?
37.
How old are you?
I'm younger than you, bro.
Who me?
You're
Nah,
34?
you might
Everybody
No,
be
I'm
on
a
here
talking
little
about
younger
bit
than
older.
Louis.
me.
I'm talking about. I mean, not. I'm Riker. I'm younger than Riker.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
No, you're not. Yeah,
How old
y'all
is
the
You're
same
Riker?
older.
age.
You're a year older than me,
You're
nigga.
older than him by a couple months. Y'all both were born
Oh,
in
you're
87,
slow.
right? Or 85 or
No,
86.
I'm born in '86. That nigga's born in '87.
I'm born in '86,
He was born in 86.
What
Yeah,
month?
he older than you because he was born in June. You were born in August.
June.
Here we go with
Oh
that
yeah, you
astrology.
older than me. You old ass nigga.
Ooh, he is
Fuck
Kansas.
out of here. Get your old
Oh,
All right,
bitch
ass.
ass
man.
nigga.
It's all
Exactly.
right,
Get your old
man.
ass out of here.
All right, man.
You used to call me, man. You trying to use new terminology, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Go party with the
Bro, you
old
trying
Gen
to make
X
it
niggas.
cool and you not the nigga to make something cool.
What you
Exactly.
talking about? I don't give a shit if it's
Hey,
Conversation.
cool or
hey,
not, nigga. That's the
hey,
problem.
look,
See, you
look,
still a
no, but you
badass
can
Exactly. You
nigga.
can't
turn,
make it
you
You
can,
cool,
40
bro.
years old talking about
but
cool shit.
you can
Grow
take your
up, nigga.
musical talent
Grow up.
and sell that to Glorilla, man. That sounds
You
like a
just
good
mad
ass
because you ain't
Glorilla
invited to
song.
this TCP.
I don't want
Hey,
to be invited. I'm good. I'm happy where I'm at.
hey.
You weren't
Okay, all right,
invited
stay
anyway.
over there. No. Let him stay over there.
Hey,
Let
I
him
just
was
stay
promise
never
over there.
me
invited,
you
bro.
won't. Promise me you won't sue me when I steal your idea and sell it to a sexy ring Glorilla for they They knew.
You won't
Exactly.
be
He
the
about
first
to have
person
a
to steal
whole
my
hit.
idea.
So
No,
if
you
you want to
won't
be a
because
very
you
interesting person,
didn't
pick something weird
incorporate
and obscure, and then you're interesting. Just like my German
it.
Schlager music.
All right, all right. Leaving all this funny talk behind, and I definitely will keep that in the main podcast. Did y'all see that woman who said that young black men, Hawaiians, should forgive women who mess around with drug dealers and accept them now and their
They were
children
victims
because
too.
they
Oh,
were
she's
victims
delusional.
too?
She's
They
Oh,
were
delusional.
victims of their own decisions.
isn't that
Yeah,
just the same? Is this like a famous lady or something? Because this is just what the bitches who are normally the same. She's one of those bitches. I'm lost. We've all heard this shit
no.
before.
So no. Go back with them uncle age niggas. You knew what you was doing. Like you or how do I put it? Them niggas knew what they were doing wrong, so they ain't not absolved of it. Because everybody, like,
Like
I
now
don't
that
know
you're
if
a
y'all remember.
CEO, you have to date me. And it's like, no, I
Yeah,
don't.
it's not our fault that we was attracted to the nigga that was living with his mama, even though he was 25. In the time when you can afford
No, they
that
were
crib.
only attracted to what he had. They were only attracted to what he
They
had.
had a
They knew
fucking
exactly what they were doing.
auction sold car. Nigga, do you remember the cars those niggas pulled up in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had
All I'm
one
saying,
of them.
well, yeah, but you
So did
well,
Armstead. Armstead's car used to make that sound, man. That thing used to be
Hey,
banging.
hey,
them
Black
niggas.
Libertarian
This is
had one
more.
too. This nigga had the prelude that was so clean, boy.
I think this
Clean
is
ass
more
No,
prelude.
indicative.
no,
This is
them
more
niggas.
indicative of the problem in the black community, which is child molesters.
Nigga, you
I
had a
mean,
car.
you're not
I never heard
wrong, but you showed
That's
up
not
in
a
one of them
black
kind of
thing. That's
cars,
just
nigga.
a thing for younger women.
I'm
They
not.
love
I've
getting
I'm just
chopped
seen
up.
no.
saying. I'm just saying. In the
I've
black
seen a black
community,
woman I know post something like that on her Facebook because she said if there's one thing a black family's gonna do, and it's gonna protect the fucking child or pedophile
thank you.
or a
We
sex
have too many
offender.
pedophiles in the black community, so we need to start with old niggas dating young niggas. I mean, young women. So, which one of y'all niggas want to take the pledge and stop
So you
dating
not
young
gonna
ass girls,
protect the old niggas dating young niggas? So we just
young
exclusive.
girls?
We exclusively
Yeah,
okay. So it
what
don't
about the
matter if it
men?
happens to boys. It don't have. It don't matter if it happens to boys.
There you
It
go,
does
then.
matter. I
Straight.
never said the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence, my nigga. I
All the
never
boys
said
that it
that.
happened to, were named Robert and last name Kelly. So
Hey, he was innocent.
Robert Kelly.
yeah, he said
First
I'm
his
just
name,
sister
saying,
made
which
middle,
one of
him.
y'all are
last
gonna
His
name
take the
sister made him
Kelly.
pledge?
go down on him. His
Are
older
y'all gonna
sister made
take the
him go down
pledge?
on him.
Are y'all gonna take the pledge?
To
What
what?
pledge?
Identify
What's the
pedophiles? I
pledge
call
to
out
not?
niggas left and right.
No, to
I might
stop
even
dating
just.
young ass girls.
What
We don't
define
date
young
young girls,
girl?
nigga.
Because ain't
What's
nobody going
young?
below legal age. So I
Yeah,
need to. You
I
need to
mean,
clarify.
Not just
I feel
legal
like
age,
you're an
nigga. I'm
adult
saying
after
if
that
you in your
25, dog.
40s, you shouldn't be dating a 20-year-old. If you're in your 30s, you really shouldn't be dating anybody younger than 28.
Well, okay, all right.
No.
So if he's 40 and she's 29,
You said
But what if
what?
you in the strip club and like it's all transactional?
I'm
that's
talking about
business.
dating, bro. I said dating specifically.
So you're saying we can have sex with 20-year-olds, but we can't date a 20-year-old?
I didn't say have sex with either. Okay?
Look here,
So we
man. Now
can
you
have
trying
sex
to
with a
dictate my
20-year-old?
life.
No, you definitely can't because you're too old, nigga. That's weird.
Motherfuckers don't even know how old I am when they see me in person, dog. I keep getting
I'm just
mistaken for
saying,
20.
stop fucking with little girls,
Nah,
bro. Fuck with women your own
I
age.
don't. I'm married. I'm just saying. But if this don't succeed, man, why you trying to lessen my pot?
Exactly. Why trying
Because
to
it's
fuck up
creepy,
his butt?
nigga. It's
Because he a
creepy.
I'm
hater,
not
bro. He
going.
don't want
I'm
nobody to
not
get
going
in or
down that
have no
street.
kind of
You
fun.
don't
He'd
want
rather be
nobody
in
having
deep
no
space
pussy.
right now than little hating ass nigga.
I'm just saying, like, what do I find that
Bro, we just
20?
talked about a problem with
Stratosphere.
pedophilia
The
This
hating ass
nigga's
and
nigga from
That's
the
molestation
fine.
and
Andromeda
Nah,
being
galaxy.
and
Hell, he
sickness,
you're
talking
well
about all
past
and
this
you
it.
men
trying
that
to figure
man,
out
bro.
how to
And you
make
well
the
past
sickness work for you. You really don't
no.
want to fix the sickness, bro. Take
When
the
you're well
pledge.
when you're well
Take the
past the
Wait,
age
pledge,
of
hold
bro.
on.
21, it
Sickness
doesn't
is dating
qualify.
somebody younger?
We're
Because I
talking
thought
about
pedophilia was dating
Sickness
a
is
child. You
You
a
know
sickness
how
is
them
young
dating
man.
niggas from
someone
the
that you
Andromeda
legally
galaxy
look,
think.
date
You can't really
that he
listen to
doesn't
them.
approve of.
look.
Not
If
you
you want to
dating
be,
someone
if you want to
underage.
be,
You dating someone kind of on the age, like 18, where
Bro,
it's like,
stay okay.
if you
How
want to
about
be
this? Here's the
comical
rule.
and
Stay
specific to it, look. If it ends with teen, it is obviously wrong. When it's 20, then you got to make
Talking to
stay in
a
your
moral
generation,
what?
decision.
bro,
You
bro.
got to make.
Stay in your
I
generation.
got
That's all
time.
I'm
That's
asking.
not. That's
Stay in your generation.
that ain't
what is his
happening.
generation, man?
What if you want
Whatever
to fuck a baby
generation,
boomer?
X,
What
Y,
if you want to
Z, I
fuck a
don't
baby
give a
boomer?
fuck. Just stay in your generation, bro.
What
Stay
if
in
you
At the
your
end
want
of
to
the
fuck
day,
a
damn
baby
whatever
boomer?
generation.
makes you happy, bro, as long as she legal.
Exactly. As long as it's legal, bro, do what
See,
makes you
that's what I'm
happy.
saying. Them kind of exceptions is why we got the problems in the community we got.
We was talking
I
about
think that's
actual
a I
kids.
think that's a
You're
huge
like
jump.
limiting.
I think.
Like, what if she gets good? If
I
she
think that
qualifies
what
for
you
good
think is
insurance,
conceptually
and
a problem is not a problem. We made it a problem, but it was never a problem because conceptually, well, not conceptually, in real terms, this is a recent event. The world was a much different place not even 30 years ago, where this was
Just
more
because we've
normal
been doing it
behavior.
for a
What you're
long
saying
time
is
doesn't
not
mean it's
normal.
right. Just because we've
No,
been
it
doing it for a
worked.
long time
It
doesn't make
worked.
it right.
It worked. It
It
was
doesn't matter if
fine.
it
And
worked.
then we
I'm
made
saying
these
just because we,
imaginary barriers. And
bro,
you're
if I
saying that
take,
you're, as a libertarian, this shit sounds crazy.
No, bro. What I'm saying is, if I take a stone wheel and add it to my fucking car, it works. But it's
No, we're gonna
fucking
talk about what's
stupid.
actually happening. If someone's 16 and someone's 18, they should be able to date. I don't care what the fuck anybody says. If they're 20 and she's 16,
Yeah, that's a no. If they're 20 and she's 16, that's a no. But if it's
I
teenagers
think
dating and it's
anything in
not like
between.
13, 17, 14, 18, if it's 16, 17, 17, 18, that shit is all kosher. That's within a year or two. Now, when it comes to sex, none of them really should be having sex. So I'm not going to get into all the other stuff. But we talking about just dating 16, 17, 16, 18, 17, 18. That's just people dating.
I'm saying like with these weird obscure numbers, they don't matter because if they vibe, they vibe. Like I mean, I wouldn't do it like 15, 16, 17. But if I'm 20, if I'm
Well, see,
40
I
and
didn't
she's
include
25,
15 in here. 15
no,
is
no, no.
15's
If
on
I'm
the
40 and she's 25 and I'm
25,
single,
yeah.
I'm gonna fuck that 25-year-old over some fucking 40-year-old. Fuck what you talking about?
Why
I
why
think
won't
I
you fuck
mean,
the
but
40-year-old? I'm saying why wouldn't you fuck the 40-year-old though?
Because the 25-year-old looks better.
How do
Right.
you know?
She always does. She's
Because
25.
he has eyes,
let's
nigga.
see.
He has
she,
eyes.
she
It's like,
always
all
does.
right.
She's
That's like
25.
saying, look, that's like saying, why don't you eat the brown bananas over the ripe ones? Like, come on, bro. I want the ripe
Exactly.
banana. Like, come on.
That
Hey,
is.
use
I
them
can
to make banana
appreciate a
bread,
brown
bro. They
banana.
healthy.
But no. But in what is defense of your argument, I'm not trying to go after the bananas that are too, they ain't even ripe yet.
Oh
We're
So
not
no,
fucking with
we're
no
not getting
green bananas.
underripe.
That's
Yeah,
all
we
we
ain't fucking
saying.
with the
Don't
green
fuck with the
bananas.
green bananas unless
yeah,
they're
don't fuck with
planted.
the green ones.
Unless they're planted.
This nigga said he likes the
But
boys.
I
I
niggas
honestly, I feel like I cut it off at 25. Like 25 is where I'm like, you grown, man. You grown at 25.
y'all are robbing a whole nother generation for your own selfish sexual needs, which
Why
is
do we have to? Hold on.
you are
Yeah,
robbing a
these get.
generation, bro. You're
That's not
robbing an
true.
entire generation, bro.
No, or you might be creating another strong, independent woman that don't want to get anybody.
What does
Over
that
the
have to
last
do with
25
anything?
years.
That
That
makes
means
my
that
argument
some of
even
these
better. You
women,
could
no, that means that some of these women need other people to date them. And if that means it's a slightly older man, but they're still within legal barriers, so within 22, 23 is a little
Hold on.
but 24 and above, hey, it is what
How
it is.
Yo, this
how
nigga
old
telling us
is
our
that?
side bitches can't be 25. I'm just saying,
No,
dog, hell no.
Exactly.
how,
That's
What
what
you
he's
talking about?
saying.
how old is
y'all
that?
niggas sick,
No.
bro.
How
Y'all
old
niggas
is that
sick.
chick? Hold on.
Damn,
How
I
old
thought
is
you
that
can't
chick?
pull a 25-year-old.
She
Wait.
can't.
How old is that chick you jerking off to on them porn videos and OnlyFans and whatnot?
I don't go on OnlyFans, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
But you got Pornhub, you got X
No,
videos,
I
you
Oh,
don't
got
go
just
all
on
go
that.
on his
Pornhub or
anybody
X
got his
videos.
shenasty.com? Isn't that your thing? What's
Exactly.
your website?
Wasn't that your
See, I
Or
shut that
website?
website down.
On
Hold on.
Instagram,
Once I
What's
started,
that
I
chick?
don't jerk off to people on Instagram. That's weird. Now I'm saying I don't. I
Off
shut that
Instagram.
website down
Good.
once I got back into religion. So that website is dead.
Bring it back.
It looks like it's
A,
back, nigga.
a
It
No,
looks
porn
it's
like it's
dead.
star,
back.
a,
The domain
a
exists,
porn,
but
a pornographic purveyor is not gonna tell me who the hell I'm gonna date. Okay, all right?
I can
Pornographic
say that
purveyor.
I did something and it was wrong, and we should stop doing it.
So
You knew it
you
was
don't
wrong when you
you don't
started
jerk
it.
off at all anymore?
You knew it was wrong when you
No,
started. You didn't come with a new conclusion.
no, I did come to a new conclusion, and what I'm telling you is we should not be fucking with these young
No,
girls and robbing an entire
you shouldn't.
generation of men.
You shouldn't.
Robbing an, you shouldn't either.
No,
Again,
that's just
Period.
how
again, I
life
You have
love
a
goes.
no, no, no,
daughter.
no, 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 no. I want to say, what I want to say here is, we'll go with that Black Libertarian, but we never want to hear any shit about any fucking political system, none of that shit, because we should be doing what the groupthink says, because that's essentially the argument you're making, which is
No, I'm
groupthink
saying
says
I'm not
no,
saying anything
You
about
don't
groupthink. That's
rob
not what
niggas.
I'm
That's how
saying.
life
I'm
is.
saying we're robbing an entire generation of men from having
No, we
the
weren't,
same
bro.
opportunities.
No,
And
we
what
no,
you're
weren't.
you
doing
That's
is
weren't.
how life
robbing another
is.
generation.
You're
You're
not
robbing
robbing
Opportunities,
someone.
opportunities, bro.
These are not things. These are people. They get to choose who they want to have sex with, who they don't. But what I'm saying is, sir, I'm willing to give you that. But we've decided that libertarianism is a bullshit ass political system. So
How is it a
never fucking
bullshit
mention it again.
political system if you're
Don't try to
robbing a
defend it, nigga.
generation of
Don't
people?
again. Don't try to defend it. If we're
Bro,
making
you're
the
not gonna
if
tell
we're
me
making
what to try to
no
defend and not
we
try to
are no we
defend.
are because you're telling
Because
people
you
what they
wanna
can and
fuck
can't
with
do.
little girls.
Again,
Because you wanna fuck with little
no.
girls.
Hold on, pause.
Nobody here is
You
saying to
should
fuck with
have
little girl.
nothing in common with a young
No,
ass fucking woman, bro.
no,
You
Nothing.
should
sir.
have nothing,
Nothing.
nothing in common with a little ass girl, bro. You shouldn't.
What do you mean little, sir? We talking about people who are of age and in their 20s. Nigga,
Bro.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
I'm willing
building.
to
That's
go with
Bro,
I'm
using
you're
willing
that
to go with your
term.
almost
system.
40.
Using
You're
that term,
almost
you're
40. Me
building.
and you are 86. We're almost 40. What the fuck are you talking to a 24-year-old girl about?
My dick? Hell, you talking about, nigga? What the fuck you
What
mean?
are you trying to talk about, nigga? What are you again? What I'm saying is
My dick?
I'm
My
willing
nigga,
to
we
give
talking about
you
deep
what you
space,
want.
nigga.
Again,
That's what we talking
I'm
about,
willing
deep
to meet
space.
you.
Deep
I'm willing
space
to
in my
meet you
dick.
I'm not trying to talk about none of that deep space shit.
You're
What I'm saying,
married, nigga. What are you
I'm
talking
willing
about?
I'm talking about my potential side bitch hater.
That's his first
again,
wife,
nigga.
bro.
I'm
That's just
arguing
his
for
first wife.
Both of y'all are married, and
exactly.
y'all arguing this harder than niggas who aren't married.
Cause I
Nigga, because
believe
niggas
niggas
who aren't married ain't gonna sit up here and have an argument with some other nigga about their dick. They gonna tell you get the fuck out of here, you gay ass
you
nigga.
suck my dick, nigga, cause this 25-year-old
Exactly,
gonna
nigga.
do it.
What the
What
fuck
does
you
that
think you
have to
talking
do, bro?
about? What does that have to do with anything? Because again, you're pushing your beliefs. What I'm saying is I'm okay with you pushing that belief, but never mention libertarianism again. That's the deal.
Bro, this
Are you
is
taking it or not?
libertarianism. You're
No,
robbing an
it's
entire
not
can suggest
libertarianism.
generation.
that no single man's gonna give a two flying fucks what you're saying where they're gonna put
So
their dick.
yeah,
You can
What he's
suggest shit.
missing, what he's missing is that's how it is. If you were rich and young, you could fuck those same bitches, or well established and
Exactly.
young. Yeah,
Or how
But
about
young
we
and
fix
rich is
the
very
system?
rare. So you become rich when you're generally
yeah,
around
but
40 or
like
above.
you don't even have to be like.
So yeah.
But no,
Imagine
let's
making
fix the
six
When you're
figures at
system.
like
20.
50 and you got rich,
Hold
you're
on,
sticking your dick in whatever you want because you can afford to.
Yeah. Hey, the textbook definition, libertarianism.
hold on. Imagine making six figures and you 22 years old, and well, let's say 24, and like those same bitches would have fucked with you. I'll just let you
Here's
know.
my thing, bro. If old ass niggas stop fucking with these bitches, the niggas that age can fuck with them.
No,
But
they
No,
don't,
because
because they
you
just gonna go
are
after older
Women
robbing,
niggas.
don't work like that, dog. They don't work like that.
A woman wants, they don't want a man their
they'll
age.
just
A
fuck
woman
with
don't
What
want
do
a
older
you
man
niggas.
their
mean?
age.
Pause. Hold on. Huge
Go
caveat.
ahead.
You said that if they weren't old niggas, then they would be fucking niggas their age, right?
yes,
But they are. They're just fucking drug dealers and scammers and
that's
horrible
fine.
people. And
That's
then when
their
they get
age though.
older,
But at least, but
like
my point
yeah, it
is,
was just corn.
we're focused on one issue, and the issue is that our generation, what was done to us is that older niggas robbed us of those women, right?
Those
Wait,
women weren't
but you're
worth
using the
anything.
They
extreme.
didn't
You're using
rob
high.
you.
Hold
you're
on.
using a
But you're
very
They
using
strong
high
did.
word.
school. We're not talking about high school, dude. We're talking now. If you want to have the actual serious conversation, we're
We're,
talking about after high school.
even if we're talking high school or not, bro. High
No,
school
I'm
and
not talking
above,
about
even
high
to
school. High school was
college.
pedophilia. No, high school was pedophilia. We're not talking about that. We're
Okay,
talking
well
about
that's
21 and
pedophilia.
up.
That's a
21.
problem. But even
We're talking
after
about
that,
21 and up. 21 and
even
up is a
after
whole
that,
different game
even
because you
after that,
know. Okay,
Hold
but
on.
all right.
Who's
What is Drea doing? What is Drea doing right now? What do you consider that?
who is fucking Drea? I don't. Who the fuck are these people? I don't know who you're talking
he
about.
doesn't have any interest, so he don't know who people
He
are.
doesn't have, again, he doesn't
Uh,
have interest, so you know.
what is it?
Yeah.
What is it when a
Um,
woman that has a 22-year-old son, her and she is 40, and she's dating a 22-year-old multimillionaire, and she's pregnant by it? She's
That's
pregnant by him.
sick, bro. That's
Yeah.
sick.
But is she stealing from a generation of women?
Yes,
Who
But
says
that
those
boy,
generation of women belong to that generation?
that man actively pursued her because he's seen her and wanted her.
that doesn't mean she has to do it. What the fuck are you talking about? We like, what
But
are
So
we
you're
talking?
saying people
they're
can't
both of legal consenting age, like beyond the age of 21. They're beyond the age of 21. Granted, it looks some kind of way, but at the end of the day, nobody's doing nothing illegal. It just looks some kind
I
of way.
never thought
I'm
I'd hear
not
a
worried
libertarian
about the
argue against
legality
personal
of
freedom.
this at this point. We're outside of the
Hold
legality.
on.
I'm talking
Why you
about
think
the.
Oh,
them niggas own them
I
bitches
just switched
though?
the sex. I just switched the sexes. That's all I asked because
That's
They
fine.
they
You
belong.
switch
have.
the sexes. I still think it's a problem.
Hold on, but they belong to the streets. They don't belong to you nor me. So I don't understand why you think that they
You're telling
belong
Bruh,
somebody
to
what
us.
to do with their body on both
Yeah,
ends.
he is.
I'm not telling somebody what to do with their
But you're a
body. What I'm saying
libertarian.
is
You're a
we're
libertarian. You're
robbing a
supposed to have individual
generation.
philosophies and let
You're
people
not
think
robbing a
in their own.
generation, nigga.
Bro, we're gonna
These
have a
aren't commodities.
problem. This problem has been going on for a long time. It destroys dating. It destroys
No, it
the
doesn't.
idea.
No, it doesn't. No, it
Yes, it
doesn't.
does. Yes, it
No,
What
it
does.
about
doesn't.
the
It's
belief that
Yes, it
capitalism,
individuals
does.
bro.
have the inherent right to
It's
life, liberty, and
capitalism.
property?
It's just capitalism. It's capitalism
Exactly.
dating.
People are making choices within the market, nigga. Just because you don't like the choices doesn't mean that it's not going as it should go. Which is
I don't
people
like.
are free to do what they want.
It's a lot of things I don't like, but unfortunately,
Yeah,
niggas do it.
yeah. I had to fuck
It's
fat
like,
bitches when
and
I was
it,
horny one time. That
Exactly, nigga.
I
Like
wanted to
this is
fuck
just
fat
what it
bitches.
is.
that was recent though, man. That don't count.
That
Anyway,
wasn't recent.
Bro, you all bought an argument that this woman was making. I'm making a salute. I'm giving a
but we're
solution to
talking
the same
about
problem.
textbook legitimate pedophilia, not two adults of two
Correct.
different age groups. When you're talking about high school and a
That's
school
not
age child,
pedophilia.
no, we're talking about. No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. That school age child that is pedophilia. 18 in high school, we're
That's
still
dumb.
technically in pedophilia. But I'm even
Yeah.
removing beyond that. I'm saying once you're past the ages of 21, you can't throw that term around, regardless of how old anybody is. 21 is 21, and everybody got a
Bro,
18.
different
How you
scope of
talking
let me
about?
tell you
21.
the problem with your argument. If I was 20, right? If I was 20 and the next day I turned 21, there's no difference in my psychological stability,
But there's
right?
no
And
legality
then,
to
hold
it
on, no,
either,
I'm
like
just here.
18.
Here's my, just hear me out. There's no difference in my psychological stability from the day I turn 20 and then go to 21. And you're saying, well, it's fine now because you're 21. That's a problem.
Nobody's
Yeah,
talking
that is what
about
you're
No,
saying.
no, I'm not talking about psychological reasoning
Well,
because there
that's
are
what
fucking
I'm talking
one
about.
doesn't
I'm
stop
saying we're
but
robbing an entire generation. You're worried about legality. I told you I'm not worried about legality. I'm saying morally, for our ethical fortitude,
Morally, they don't belong to them. They belong to the men who have money.
Correct.
nobody belongs to anybody because that's slavery, nigga. I don't
Exactly.
even know what the
No,
fuck you're talking
no.
about.
People
but
do belong to people. They belong to the people they choose, and if they choose a nigga who got money, nigga, that's not you. Stay out of it. Again, let the
That's not the
market
point I'm
dictate what
making,
people
bro.
want.
That's not the point I'm making. We're older men. We're older men. We can sit here right now and take a pledge and say, hey, I'm gonna
Well,
fuck
you
with
could do
women
it.
within my
No,
experience
you
You
can
level.
could
take
do
whatever pledge you want. No one is signing up for that pledge. It's another
it.
one of
Mm-mm.
these libertarian delusions where
I
you
know
think
there
that
are other
we're going
men
to
who have
heaven.
signed up for this pledge. You all won't,
Show
but
me,
there are
show me,
men that
show me,
will.
show me. I need to see
I
names,
can't show
address,
you
all
right
that
now. I'd
stuff.
have to take you around them, but there are men who also believe the way I believe.
Okay,
Y'all
okay.
don't.
So people who don't want to actually publicly state it don't fucking matter.
They did publicly state it. We're in a podcast. How do you want me to
No,
drag them out of
where are
whatever
they
they're
publicly
doing right now
stated?
to
Where are they
tell you
publicly
right now?
stated? Where's their website? Where's their
Hold on.
website?
Wait.
Website? What the fuck are you
So
talking
hold on.
about?
You believe a 40-year-old man who's single it will go against his own code if she's 25 and trying to suck his dick and he won't do it?
Yes.
Okay.
This nigga over here is lying to himself, and I'm okay with that. But again, when you show me this,
No, they exist, but most niggas gonna get their dicks up.
But I'm sorry. Let me. This is my question though. You're linking literal age with psychological maturity. We know 40-year-old grandmas that are more dumb than a fucking 15-year-old. Like that.
I know cars that are. I'm not. It's not just psychological. It's experience,
So
bro.
you can be taking advantage of a 40-year-old just as much as you can be taking advantage of a 25-year-old woman. You can be doing if you are mentally superior.
Not
If
on
you are
average. Not on
if you are
average. No. Not on average. No.
On average,
But there
pretty sure.
are. There are
on average, you can
abnormalities.
because
Yes, they can happen, bro. There are abnormalities that can happen. On average, no.
sir,
Yes.
the average person is dumb, and 50% of them are 10 times dumber than you think.
But I'm just getting at the fact that you're just assuming that because the 25-year-olds are 25-year-old, they're dumb.
I'm not
Male or
assuming.
female.
I'm using
Male or
logic,
female.
bro.
But you can
Experience.
be, what if you are a 40-year-old that is a
We
fucking
can play the
retard and
what
you're
if
attracted
game
to this
all
20?
fucking day,
Nigga,
bro.
there
We're
are
going
It's
off
not a
25-year-old
what
normal.
if.
rocket scientists. No, there's 25-year-old rocket scientists that make you look like a fucking
And
infant
they go
child.
into deep
And
space.
they can take
Bro,
advantage
that
of
has
you.
nothing to do with life experience. That has nothing to do
Like,
with life
nigga,
experience, number one.
yes,
And
okay,
number
okay,
Nigga,
listen.
your
two,
Oh,
life experience in
all
the
right.
West is very
Did
different than life experience
no.
anywhere else in the
So
world.
right, I got them right here. Life experience. If you were kicked out at the age of 11 and been on your own since then, that means technically for a pedophile, you have been grown enough when you're 18 years old.
I thought we weren't talking about pedophilia. Are
I
we
know,
going
no,
back to
you're talking
pedophilia?
about no, you're talking about experience and life experience. Life experience differs per person. So if you've been on your own
I'm talking
surviving,
about on average from a bell curve, bro. You're
nigga,
talking about an
there's no on.
abnormal
You're talking about
situation that
yes,
is not normal.
no,
You're
you're
talking about
talking
an
about judging
abnormal.
anybody. You're talking about judging any and everybody
I'm
on
not
behalf of who
judging.
they're
I'm
choosing.
going off of averages on a bell curve, bro. I'm not judging
Okay,
shit. I'm
so
not judging anybody. I'm
let's
not
not go off
putting
of that.
anybody down. I'm saying on average, the average 50-year-old has a lot more experience than the average 25-year-old. And
Says
you
who?
can't argue
That's
that.
that's
Says
not
who?
really always
I
true.
know
That's not
40.
true.
It's not
And
always
look,
true.
it's
That's why I said
no.
I'm talking about the average on a bell curve.
I know
Even on
in a
average,
common community,
that's not true.
I know in a common community where a 40-year-old has never had their own anything and lived with their family and
Oh
or
my
parents.
God, you're outside of the bell curve now,
No, I'm
man.
not.
God
No, I'm
damn.
not.
What
You're
bell
talking
curve,
about no, I'm
nigga?
not. There's no
I
bell
don't think
curve.
you understand how
There
many people live live a regular life outside of what you
Bro,
think is
okay,
regular.
bro. As
Americans are
even
the
if they
only
live a
freaking
regular
culture, bro.
life, time is time, bro.
Dude, Americans are the
Time
only
is
culture
time. No,
that
no, no, no,
child
no,
But
no,
gets
you're
no,
out at
bro.
18.
assuming that
Most
women with
culture.
experience is the most valuable, and that's not the case. Women with a certain amount of experience is valuable.
But
Well, but you're having when you're talking like you're having that assumption, and
I
that's
am
why
not
people
talking like
are.
I'm having that assumption. I've been very clear that I'm making no assumptions. I have said that several times. What I'm doing is taking the average
Question.
amount of time and experiences a person has by a certain
Okay,
age,
okay. What
comparing it
experiences
Technically,
to
did
a
they have? No,
technically,
no, no,
person.
no. Let's dig on this because this is where your argument falls completely apart. How many people do you think have ever lived alone by the age of 35?
Bro,
No, no. How many
I
people
don't
do you think have had
know.
the experience of living alone? Less than 50%. So more than half the people at 35 have never fucking lived on their own. They've
What
never
does that
paid their
have to
own
do with
bills
my
but
argument,
that's
because
bro?
that is
because
a
within life
component of
experience.
having life experience. That is the
And
problem
how
with
big
making a
is the bitch? A
bullshit
big fucking
argument.
space.
The problem with making a bullshit argument is you're trying to compare things
What?
to some
That's not what I'm
idealized version.
comparing. You're making it that.
Sir,
I'm
if
not
you haven't
comparing
lived
that.
alone, if you
I'm
haven't lived
saying
alone,
that
you
I
don't
live
have the
alone.
same
I've
life
lived
experience
alone.
as a 14-year-old in Qatar. Because a 14-year-old in Qatar has been able to live alone for the majority of their life because they're fucking rich.
Oh my God,
Okay,
bro.
I got one.
Bro, 365 days in a year. All right? Let's just do this simple. 365 days a year. By the time I'm 30, right? We'll do 30 times 365. That means I've been alive 10,950 days. By the time I'm
Roughly.
40, I've lived 14,600 days.
How
All
much
right?
have you
Roughly,
experienced in
approximately.
life?
Hold on. Hold on. That's just
No, let me finish making the argument because it's gonna
All
fall
right,
apart.
yeah,
on
yeah, my bad.
average, that's how many days I've lived and been alive. So I'll use 40. If I take the average 25-year-old at 365 days, there's 9,125 days. So almost more than double the amount of
Yes,
days I've,
but
I've,
You a
I've
at the
lived. Hold on.
24-hour.
yeah, no, no,
That I've
sorry,
lived
let me let you finish.
You were
that I've
baby.
lived on
Well,
this earth. Now I've taken in toxins, I've taken in minerals, I've taken an entire different standard of ecosystem. I've lived in different political environments. I have a load of experience outside of where I lived and what car I drove and how much money I made. There's an amount of experience that my body has experienced over that time. You're dragging that to somebody who hasn't experienced it, I think, is out of bounds. All right? On
you're
multiple
wrong.
levels. On multiple fucking levels. You have
So your
more
only argument
life experience.
is time on the
You have
planet.
you literally have more life experience than this person. You can't argue that. Now, if
No,
the
no, no,
life
no, no,
experience is
no.
No,
different,
no, no,
yes.
no, that's
Do
not
you have
life
experience
Time
in
and
a
experience.
different
experience are two
area?
different
Maybe.
things.
But you have
Time and
more life
experience.
experience. You have more exposure to
No, you
different
don't
things.
have more life
No, you
experience.
have
You're making an
more
assumption.
opportunity.
That's where your argument falls
I'm
apart.
not
You
making
keep
an
going with this.
assumption. By
No, you keep
time
going with this
alone, you
bell
have
No,
curve
more
that
life
because
experience.
somebody has lived so many days
no.
and they had so many experiences. Maybe in 1980, but we're talking about people who were alive within the last 40 years. And in the last 40 years, every metric that before you would have been ahead, we're doing worse than our parents and way worse than our grandparents.
Bro, you ain't
You
got to be
have
my
that.
personal
You can
shit in
talk
none of this
about
shit. Let's have a
yourself.
Hey, stop. God damn. Fuck. Okay. Anyway, so if we look at things in a relationship standard, I think the issue is you're saying that, or the issue that the other side has is that you're trying to say cut off this entire base of people because you say you're taking them away from a generation, even though technically that generation has access to them as well. They just may not have the means.
I disagree because dating is a zero sum game. And if
Okay.
seeing that it's a zero sum game, no, they don't have the access to them. That's why I'm trying to make this argument. I don't know why people are taking personal attacks at me. This shit seems very emotional, and I don't know why I'm not being emotional about this. I'm just making,
Well, hold on.
bro, calm the
Oh my
fuck down,
God.
bro. I done
Let
asked you
Sham
3
speak.
times to calm the fuck down, bro. It ain't that serious, bro. You're making this shit way more serious than it gotta be,
You
bro.
both y'all.
Hey, bro, I done told you like 3 times, bro.
And
You need to
stop
calm the fuck
again.
down, bro. I ain't even playing with your ass
Stop
at this
one
point, bro.
more time. Just one more time. Bring it down. Okay. To say that it's a zero sum game is an immediate assumption to change the foundation upon which the argument is made. If we cannot agree on that foundational statement, then essentially we will only be arguing past each other. So we would first have to decide whether or not we agree on the foundation of the argument itself. Otherwise, we simply sit here yelling at each other like idiots and wasted time. And I'm just not high enough to deal with it. So, by zero sum game, could you elaborate in 3 sentences?
Yes, once you date somebody, typically you take them off the market, right? Once they're off the market, no one else can have them. So therefore, once you have the access to that person, they're removed from that dating market. Now I know people cheat and lie and all that other stuff, right? That's outside of normality. The normal curve of what we're looking at is once you date somebody, you take them off the market. And once they're off the market, no one else has access to them. That's what I mean by zero-sum game.
But people typically don't date once.
Once you're in a relationship with them, let me put it like that, not just date, in a relationship with. Let me be
No, but
clarified.
so even with that, how many people marry their high school sweetheart? Like
Not many. But during the
it's
time period while you're with them, during the time period while you're with that person, they are off the market and not available to anybody else. That's what I mean by zero-sum game. I'm not saying that once you all break up, they can't come back to the market. Yes, they can. But once you take somebody who's younger, right? Take them off the market, give them experiences because you're much older, give them all of these experiences and all these trauma that you have carrying with you, and then send them back onto the market. They are no longer in the same state they were when you took them off the market, right?
when is
They're
that
in a
not
different
true
state.
though?
In most cases, it would be. Experiences change people regardless. All experiences change people. So you take a
So
50-year-old man, you take a 25-year-old woman, the average 25-year-old woman, the average 50-year-old man, that 50-year-old man he goes and dates a 25-year-old woman, exposes her to different things from a 50-year-old man's perspective and his lifestyle, then sends her back into the market. She is much different from the average 25-year-old woman who hasn't done that, right?
the
Would
average
you not agree?
25-year-old, I agree, but also I would ask you, the average 25-year-old who dates a 25-year-old drug dealer gets with that person and then is exposed to a different life and different lifestyle and different experience. And then she goes back out to the market with essentially a
100%.
number of issues as well. Is age actually the factor, or is it getting with the right person? Because then that seems not
Well,
so
so
much a one to
I
one.
so I feel like we're arguing different issues. I'm not saying that women dating drug dealers aren't bad decisions. I agree with you there. What I'm saying is that what I'm talking about a singular issue, which is men from much older generations dating younger women, which I think causes multitudes of issues and changes those women's behavior and actions. And as men who are older, we can participate in preventing that from happening. That's the only argument I'm making. And I've met other men who agree with me on this subject. The only men I've met who don't agree with me are men who want to go down there and traumatize those generations.
You
Okay,
say
and that's
want to
fine.
traumatize. All right, now
You
see that
have
is
to
a
want
huge
to.
assumption.
You
Why do you have
once
to
you do,
want?
why are you doing it? If I go to a store, I obviously want to go to that store. I wouldn't go to that store if I didn't want to.
Okay, so now it seems like
And
the
I
assumption
take
that you're
everything
making on
with
your
me as
side.
myself to that store. I'm not saying they want to traumatize them on purpose, but once you interact with somebody, knowing that you have 50 years or 5 decades of generational trauma, everybody's traumatized by 50. They
Are
have
you
different
moving the
trauma.
camera?
Hmm?
I'm sorry. I thought I was on mute. My bad.
So if you take that, you take all your experiences from 50, trauma, positive things and negative things, and then you interact with somebody in a relationship, you are exposing them to your trauma and experiences over 5 decades. You have no choice
Yeah,
in the matter. That is what's happening.
completely fair.
I think that's irresponsible and selfish to do. That's my argument. And it's fine if you don't like the argument, but that's my belief, and I've met other men who believe it. That's all I'm
Those
saying.
Okay.
men don't matter. Stop mentioning them.
Okay?
Okay. So my question then is, would you consider the trauma of a well-to-do 50-year-old man who comes from a nice family, middle class, will not say rich, middle class, to be equal to that of, I don't know, a child soldier from a different country?
I have done no research in that, so I don't know. And
Social
if to
worker.
be fair to me, I don't know.
All I'm saying,
I can't even answer that question. I don't know.
what I'm saying is that with trauma and time, there's obviously going to be a difference based on the opportunities and situations they were born into, which will also delineate the quality of said trauma.
Agreed, but I'm also stating that I'm going off of an average bell curve on an average demographic in most areas, right? We usually don't expand out of our general areas. The reason we
Fair.
commit crime, the reason black on black crime and white on white crime is so high with white on white people is because you usually fuck with the people in your area, right? So we know that information. That's sociological studies, sociology. So if
Agreed.
people are given that the case, people usually date who's around them. I mean, I know we had the advent of the internet and people explore and all that, but normally people usually date what's in that area. Even if they go out, they come back. So yes, maybe you can compare that trauma, and that trauma is handled differently because of different ethnicities and cultures. I agree with you. That's possible. But on average, looking at the sociological bell curve on normalities, you shouldn't be doing it. That's all I'm saying. It's irresponsible. And if we keep doing it, we could take a pledge now and stop doing it because I believe it's irresponsible. If you don't believe that, that's fine. But I think we should stop because every excuse we make to date a 25-year-old from 40 gives somebody else another reason to make an excuse to date somebody who's 19. And then they make an excuse. It's a snowball effect. It has to stop somewhere. We have to be
That
responsible as men somewhere at some
that
point.
I don't know if those are completely the same because if you're dating a 25-year-old, that's not the 19-year-old. And I say
Well,
that
no, I'm
specifically, I only say that because the 25-year-old at least has some experience in the world. Maybe she wants to settle down. Maybe her options would be to go for a more established man because it would make a life easier for both her and possibly a child from the family they could make. But the saying that leads to a 19-year-old, that's a bit of a strong jump.
Well, I'm saying as the ages decrease on both ends. So as the men get younger and the women get younger that they talk to, it's just every excuse we make allows younger men to make the same excuse to go younger.
No,
That's
I
what
don't.
I'm.
I
Well,
don't
That's what
think
I
there's
meant to
to
a
clarify.
hard line that's been
to
established.
to wrap it up, nobody in here is doing that, especially the motherfuckers that are married to women within their age bracket. The
Besides
argument
chick
or
45.
discussion, the discussion was for discussion piece of it being a podcast, and they went down a fucking alley that we did not expect.
Hold
Gotta,
on, though.
you got
I did want to say one thing, though. It's just one thing. Just I need to clarify something real quick. So, this is probably in the podcast. So I have a question for you, Black Libertarian.
Mm,
If you were born 100 years ago, how old would your wife be?
I don't know.
Okay, you would be probably getting married probably within the last 5 years. Your wife would probably be
Maybe.
like 17.
And again, we've done things. Listen, we've done things for years. It doesn't mean they're right,
No,
right?
because they didn't really look. I'm saying 100 years is too early. What I'm saying is, like, this goes back to the original problem. They don't know how to choose their spouses because they look for the wrong things, and that's all we need to really talk about. You don't. Women make bad decisions and don't want to be held accountable for them.
And
That's this whole thing about it.
what I'm saying is as men, we have the option to course
Hold
correct
on.
our societies.
No. What I'm saying is, you may be a good decision for her at that time, because the things that you are valuing in that experience. If I was 20, well, if I was 35, let's say 35, and I'm dating someone who's 20, and she doesn't value going out here being a whore, dating all these men, and she wants to get married, and I'm 35 and I want to get married. What is wrong with me marrying this like 21-year-old?
I just explained a lot of what's wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. She found her husband. She's grown. What experience is she's looking for? Like what? Like that's the thing that women do. They value experiences that don't fucking matter. Like they quote unquote hoe phase. That shit don't matter. Going out there and being a hoe does not fucking matter. Like,
I'm, I'm
you gain
saying
nothing from it. But
as
they all
as
tell each other
men,
you gain something from it.
as men, we have a duty to our society to course correct our society and to get it to a place where there's a normality that we believe in for the future. And I'm just saying that as men, we could take a pledge to try to fix and help the system that we have because I see how it's broken. I see how it causes trauma and I see many issues that come from it.
No, that's not how you fix it. How you fix it is let the fathers pick their man for them. That's how you fix it. Boom.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
That's an
And if
argument.
yeah, there you go. That's how you fix it. Because women aren't capable of making good decisions as finding their mates, especially at younger ages. But no
I think they
40-year-old
can be
bitch gonna
capable.
tell me, yeah, yeah,
I think they.
anything's possible.
Not, but I mean, I think women who come from essentially having two good parents can make that decision. They don't often because it's not
We
cool,
hope.
but they have a higher chance of making the right choice. I won't say that they just can't. However, a woman who made a bad choice probably isn't going to raise one who is.
Yeah, but I think the problem with that woman is she defines her whole life on her making quote unquote one bad decision. No, you kept doing it because you weren't looking for love. You were just looking for what do you call it? provisionary things, provisions, and it's because we live in capitalism. They want provisions.
Sorry about that. My debates kind of get intense.
I think
can't
women
listen.
chasing provisions is just always going to be a thing as long as you live in a
I'm not trying to piss the mic.
capitalistic society. She's just chasing provisions.
Just trying to miss me. I was being honest. It's an honest.
It's gonna be the same thing. We had already talked about that. We talked about
Oh,
that.
Mute,
shit.
mute.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hold on.
Yeah,
My bad.
You good.
yeah. But yeah, y'all niggas getting this emotion. You're getting emotional. Don't talk to me like that. That was hilarious. We gotta keep that in there.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for this emergency episode of the Everyday Black Man Podcast. We've been talking about Trump, coins, China, maybe pedophilia. I'm
Great
pretty sure
China.
Drake was in there. Great China, also North Korea, best Korea. We've been here with your host, Riker, Reed, the Black Libertarian,
The whole fucking
Ed, the writer. We had new old nigga in here, White Collar Suge. I did it right that time. And whoever the fuck I am. Please tune in next time. We'll be here at probably next month or some shit. Anyway, we love y'all. Come back. Something about Patreon and $3 and $5 tiers. You got dick pics in there. You just gotta pay the $99 tier. I promise you that.
We got $99 too. We got something.